Hello and welcome. This is Ayana Lahi, and I feel the joy of being here with you in today's episode of Be One, Be You. In today's time together, we are jumping into the theme called The Power of Presence. Presence happens. Presence envelops us with its strength and grace when we settle down into our body and we begin to experience life through ourself, and we choose to turn off our phone or turn it off, not waste precious time learning how to be present with other people's words, thoughts that outweigh our own. Being present happens through a decision that is a choice at first to come in and to feel. And being human, we open the door to feelings that may not feel good, to feelings that feel great. Beyond and through the feelings is a steady, connected presence that at some point we decide to hang out in. Because the ups and downs of the way our mind skirts from, and it's like a leaf being blown in the wind across water in autumn. We get tired of our mind being blown in the direction that we just let it be blown in. And we decide that we are going to find that steadiness inside that is in the center of all life within ourselves. The difference it makes in a personal relationship with a lover, boyfriend, girlfriend, spouse, friend, our children, or a teenager, when we are present, is light or dark, night and day, happiness or despair. Presence gives yourself a stability, a place to anchor into. It's a place that you can trust. When you are not present, and your partner, for instance, is speaking to you, and you have already diverted your attention back onto your computer without there being any verbal communication, eye connection, and you leave your partner feeling that what they're saying, who they are, doesn't matter, that you really don't respect them or honor them, and that you don't have the time for them. And your partner interprets your response of not being present as a sign of not loving them and as a signal that they really don't want the relationship, that you're not wanted, that you're not seen as valuable enough, and that who you are doesn't matter. All of us experience this. People are in a rush. People have a lot on their plate. But when your lover, your partner, your deepest friend experiences this over and over again, it's going to begin to make them question whether the two of you are good together. In a work situation, when you do not know how to be present in yourself, you get caught up in another person's reactions or feelings. You can get caught up in your mind reactions to an event, a political, economic, social event, thought system, and all of a sudden you lose any connection to the presence of you being you. Presence is an in-the-body experience. So many of us spend so much time in our head dealing with everyday computer life. It's a CL, it's computer life, and it's taking all of us away from real life, the RL of life. And I deeply, deeply want to share with you how to become present as we move forward together in this time together. Students in school, by the time they're teenagers, if you're a teen, you're listening to this, if you're a parent of a teen, if you know someone who's a teen, between 13 and 19, really, truly, the junior high, middle school, and high school years, we need more time. Most students at that age need more time to be exploring what they love, what really means something to them. And there's a lot of pressure, a lot of academic pressure. And we don't want to be taking in other people's input. We want to be hanging out, finding our own input within ourselves. Those that we open to receive input from, we really respect. So when you are present with the teenager in your life and the teenager in yourself that just did its own interpretation of life, whether your inner teen split off from your body, hung out too much with its own thoughts, did whatever it wanted, and just needed, of course, it's natural to create one's own identity, one's own relationships further away from the family nucleus system, or perhaps you were forced to have to be in an extended social and family system outside of your own blood lineage. When you are not present with another person, it is taken, even though it's very rarely spoken about, as I shared earlier, that you really don't have the time for them. And that time is connected to presence. Most of us do not stop and be in the presence of who we are. Think back to any experience you had in your educational years, in your earlier years, or if you're a student right now, think of the difference between a teacher who comes in the room is fully present in the vibe of the room and all of you in there, or a teacher who comes in there only with their own agenda and they just plow on in and just feel like you're not even there. So the power of being present in yourself is one of the first steps to take in developing being you and succeeding being you, because there's so many internal thoughts in the subconscious, such as who I am doesn't matter, what I have to say won't count, I'm not able to really make a difference in this situation. And basically, there's undealt with anger all the time about everything. But the person who's not present doesn't know it because they don't even know they're angry. There is no connection to what's even happening in the moment except the self-centeredness of responding how they want and then blaming the other person, going, oh, you're too sensitive, you need too much from me. What are you talking about? The exaggerated forms of this is cutting somebody else off, not listening in a meeting, Or you're present with the business colleague on the phone, but then you get off and you're not present with your partner because it took so much effort to be present in a conversation with someone else, but you really are not spending the time being really present in yourself. And so then your partner, the one who loves you, the one that you feel that you love, shows up, talks to you about something, and you're totally not there. But you won't own it. You won't even know it's happening. But the other person is pushed away. Now, if that other person, the one that loves you, has had the experience as a child or a teenager or a young adult or in a past relationship, that they weren't listened to, that what they had to say never mattered, you're going to trigger their deepest hurt. And at first, the person, your partner, your girlfriend, boyfriend, lover, husband, wife, will just toss it aside. Go, I really want to give this a shot. I really want this to work. But then, over the consistency of you denying, being in the power, the presence of who you are, you're breaking down a core inner structure that is rarely spoken about in a relationship with business colleagues or work environment or a person that you're in love with. Maybe you think you were in love, maybe you're not anymore. But this person, nevertheless, is the person you're growing through life with in this present moment. Perhaps you have made a long-term commitment. If you are avoiding the presence in yourself, like in a real physical way, in an embodied way, and you can't show up in a physical moment, really present, and you avoid the interconnections between your feeling body and your thinking body and your physical flesh, your temple, the structure, the container, the Holy Grail that you live in. If you avoid the true embodiment, you are actually not present in the relationship. And it's so easy to get caught up in the roles that we play. The role, the identity of, oh, I'm showing up in this way, I'm doing this for this person, and I'm doing this for my partner. But you might be separate from the very most important moment that you can have in your life, is being present and embodied. Knowing what you even want to eat. Knowing if your mind is needing sugar or caffeine in order to continue the split because you've run out of juice, you've run out of the fuel in your vehicle, in the car of your body. And you're creating karma from not being in the car of your body. You are separate and you feel exhausted and fatigued at the end of the day. And then what do? You don't have even the room or the space within you to then be with the person who loves you and wants to be with you. And that you're too tired to be with. You're too tired to even have fun. Or the fun that you're choosing is not embracing presence. So let's dive into presence and meditation. It depends on the meditation. If you are present and connecting into the fragments, the disempowered, the disconnection parts in yourself and bringing them into the oneness, wholeness in yourself, you're creating a state of presence. If you're doing a meditation where you are not opening to your full experience as being a human, both the light and the dark, the what's painful and what's joyful, if you are using meditation to separate or just to hold one concept, and you find yourself unable to really be fluid in your life, you're not present. You're actually bypassing. The power of the spirit gateways work is that we are not bypassing and we're not taking on a practice to bring us into a state of awareness or consciousness that we think is calm or peace. There's always duality happening here. And it's through the mastery of being with ourself, through ourself, working with the earth, the fire, the water, the air, the ether within ourself, working with the fragmented parts within ourself, the parts that are forgotten. The little girl, the little boy who didn't have parents who were present. And so you never were given the opportunity or the experience or the training to really learn to be present in yourself and have it safe. So being present doesn't feel safe to most of us. So I'd like to invite you to take 10 minutes twice a day to start and come down from your head and slide down a water slide in your body and come down into your solar plexus, into a golden pool of water, and be present in that pool. It's your sun, S-U-N. It's the bright, golden flame of your illumination. That pond can be created to be whatever temperature water you want. Come sit in it and dive in. And when you jump back up again into your head, slide back down again. And then I'd like to invite you, after you feel comfortable going into that space within you, to then create a beautiful bowl in your lower belly and ask it what color it needs in order to feel awakened and alive, to feel seen and received. Whatever color it wants, bring that color into this beautiful big bowl and dive into this bowl and sit in it. Resonating, radiating, receiving the color that your lower belly, also called your second power point center, also known as your Dantian, also known as your personal power, creativity, and sexual center, also known as the second chakra, also known as a seat of anger. It is the area in your body where power is created. Until we learn how to be with exactly those energies or emotions, emotion, E equals motion, energy in motion, we don't know how to create our life in action, in motion, in stillness, in presence. Your presence comes through knowing where to move inside of yourself. Instead of just going with the sporadic thoughts in your mind that turn into judgments, opinions, and you get hurt when even a colleague or friend or partner says, hey, be present with me. And you're going, what are they talking about? Be present. Practice presence. Sit and hold eye contact with your partner. Feel the love between your hearts. Be present with your own feelings so that you can share them. And when you do not know what you're feeling and can't access your feelings, find the part of yourself that can't feel, that can't access the feeling, and dialogue with him. Speak with him or her. Write to him or her. Ask questions. Open your heart. Receive. Receive the blocks within you as gifts from the divine so that you can be present with yourself, in yourself, so that greater light can open from within you and create your reality. If you're creating a reality from the avoidance or denial of the pain and the hurt, the avoidance, the bypass, darkness happens. It's how illnesses are created, whether it's mental illness, mental disorder, cancer, diabetes, Alzheimer's. It's all about how we reconnect the energy back into ourselves. The list of illnesses or physical dis-ease, meaning a dis-ease. It's a discomfort that's happening in your body. It's from a separation. When you're trained in a martial art, in movement and dance, in a focused sport, you learn to be present in your body. And then as you take it further to master, you must go fully into the moment. Whether you are a musician in training, a master musician, performance artist, singer, actor, director in film. You must be present in the moment in order to capture what life is all about in the moment that you are either creating to depict and express or that you are responding to. So I invite you to breathe. You can breathe in through your nose to the count of 8 and then exhale to the count of 8 and begin to slow down your way that your mind works, the way that your heart beats, and come here into the presence of the light, the power that happens when the light and dark within you merge, so that you become one with every part of yourself, but you are in the center, and in the center of all of you is the presence, the power of the presence that's you. Thank you so very much for joining me, holding you in deep love. And I invite you to check out IanaLahi.com, IANALAHI.com, and see the mini courses, the longer courses that are called Deepenings courses. There's a longer version of Deepening courses and mini courses that are 1 to 2 hours. They all have to do with life trainings and many different topics for you. Check out the signature programs. And I have created all these programs to give you the structures so that you can walk through those portals of power and light within you. Make sure you sign up and subscribe so that you can receive the free gift I'm offering of Living from Your Wild Heart, delivered every Saturday morning into your inbox for 52 weeks. Sending you much love. Take really good care of yourself and the ones that you love. Until next time, this is Ayana Lahi.